Magic is creating the illusion that you can defy the laws of nature. This is magic.
Magic is creating the illusion that you can defy the laws of nature.
Science is the study of how the natural world works. This is science.
Who let the cows out?
The Earth is sometimes called the water planet. It's covered by water. Yep. It's covered with water. But there's something weird about most of that water. Humans can't drink the vast majority of water on planet Earth. Why do you think that is? Because it's polluted? No. It's mostly frozen? Nope. Because it's salt water. The oceans and seas are salt water. Humans can't drink salt water. It's not good for us. We must have fresh water to live. Yet, fresh water makes up only 3% of the water on the planet.
Oh, no.
That's right. The water you and I must have to live is only 3% of all of the water on the planet. Now, don't get me wrong, the planet is big. It's really big. But only 3% of its water is drinkable by people. This is important because it means that conserving water, using water in smart ways, and most of all, not polluting water, is very important. What's polluting? Polluting is the act of making pollution. Pollution is anything that we put into the environment that is harmful or poisonous to living things. Pollution is not good. Water pollution is particularly not good because water is the main ingredient in a person's body. People and baby chicks are mostly made of water. Somewhere between 60 to 65% of our bodies are made of water. Preventing water pollution is really important. Kids understand this, moms and dads understand this, even farmers and ranchers understand this. They know that preventing water pollution is very important. They know that healthy, clean water is essential for all life on Earth. One of the ways ranchers and farmers prevent water pollution is by planting what is called a cover crop. A cover crop can be something as simple as grass planted in the wintertime or during the off-season. It's fantastic at keeping the soil healthy, rich, and stable. It also helps rainwater soak into the land rather than run off. And, best of all, it keeps the cow poop from running off into the creeks and ponds and streams. You'd be surprised how far poop can travel. Another way that farmers and ranchers prevent water pollution is by fencing out creeks and streams and ponds from livestock. Farmers and ranchers know that livestock can wreak havoc on the health of water. Cattle create pollution when they poop in or near water. Remember, pollution is anything that is poisonous or harmful to living things. Poop getting in the water can be bad for the health of the water, bad for the health of cows, and, surprisingly, even bad for the health of nearby humans. That's right, Granny. But you may be wondering, if the cows are fenced out, how do they get water to drink? Sometimes farmers will move the good clean water from the pond, creek, or stream with a pump over to a nearby trough. A trough is a big bucket that livestock can drink out of. Nowadays, it's possible to power the pump by solar power. This way, even if the water source is very far away from electrical lines, the water can still be pumped to the trough. The power needed to move the water is being generated by the sun. Another way farmers and ranchers use fencing out is to allow cows some limited access to water. This way, they get water, but they are prevented from polluting their own drinking water by lack of access. They are allowed access to the stream or the pond, but only a very small portion of the pond or the stream, which allows the livestock to get water, but cuts down dramatically on the water pollution they can create. This is good for the cows, the people, and the wildlife around that water. Another way that farmers and ranchers prevent pollution is by planting trees along the banks of ponds, creeks, and streams. These zones are called riparian zones. Riparian simply means along the banks of the water. These zones not only protect the health of the livestock, they encourage other species of wild animals to live, grow, and flourish as well. These can include game animals like turkey, deer, and waterfowl, as well as becoming habitat for an enormous list of other wildlife like fish, birds, salamanders, frogs, crawdads, turtles, and even beaver. Healthy, vegetative riparian spaces are good for everyone.
Healthy vegetative riparian spaces.
Healthy vegetative riparian spaces? Yeah, sounds complicated, but it's not really. It just means trees and other native plants are encouraged to grow along the banks of ponds, streams, and creeks. Farmers know that when they allow these banks to be filled with vegetation, trees, small plants, grass, nature creates miniature habitats that track with the creeks and the streams and the ponds. And these riparian spaces do some truly amazing things. Any poop that is being washed by the rain or the snow towards the water is usually eaten by microorganisms along the way. This is great for the health of the water and doesn't hurt the bugs one tiny bit. Some scientists that study riparian zones believe that they are 2 to 8 times more capable of detoxifying themselves, especially if the canopy of trees is closed. If the trees along the bank are large enough, they help cool the water of the creeks, streams, or ponds, which is super good for the fish and the other critters that live in the water. A riparian buffer actually slows the flow of water down, creating more twisty-turny waterways. And that is fantastic for biodiversity. Biodiversity just means lots of different kinds of wildlife. And this is always good. The Earth is sometimes called the water planet because it's covered with water. But most of that water is salt water. You and I cannot drink salt water.
Oh, yeah.
We have to have fresh water to live. And only 3% of the Earth's water is fresh water. That includes all of the lakes, streams, and rivers, all the groundwater, and even all the icebergs. This means that preventing water pollution is super important for us humans. And the first step is protecting our water. Water is essential for you and me. Water is essential for life. Protecting the water on our planet is the same as protecting ourselves.
Major funding provided by Jason Isbell and Amanda Shires, Lions HR, Northwest Alabama RC&D, Keep Alabama Beautiful, Derek Thornton, Alabama Soil and Water Conservation Committee, and Lawrence County Soil and Water Conservation District. Steve Trash Science is available online at stevetrash.com.